Hello again, I am Blunty, and this is a printer. It's called the MEMOBIRD, and it prints on 57mm thermal paper like many receipt printers in point-of-sale devices in shops and stuff do. And it connects wirelessly to iOS and Android phones to do so. It'll print text and images at a little bit over 200 dpi, which of course isn't super mind-blowing as far as print resolution goes, but it's well enough to keep things crisp and readable even at relatively small sizes. Now, it has been a very long time since I've needed a proper printer, the A4 kind from Epson or Canon or whatever. Almost nothing I do needs me to print a hard copy of a document or image. But there are certainly times when I make written notes or lists or instructions and the like, and for times when such notations on my phone, for example, aren't all that useful, or I need to hand them off to someone else, or I need to stick a note or label to something in the real world, reminders on the fridge or the back of my front door so I don't forget stuff, or even making up a nice little shipping label when I need to post something out. All of that is where something like this little printer can come in really handy. It's thermally based, so it uses no toner, no ink at all. The paper itself reacts to heat applied to make it turn black. So as long as you've got paper, you can make a print. You are never, ever going to need to go out and buy more ink or whatever. Now, this kind of printing isn't suitable for permanent or especially robust prints. Over time, they will fade, as I'm sure you've noticed with some store receipts, and if they're exposed to a hot enough environment or direct heat source, they can turn completely black. So maybe not the best choice for printing out keepsakes of treasured family photos or something, but for times I do need a hard copy of a list, or a note, or instructions, or directions, or maps, or mailing addresses, this little thing is crazy useful. The blurb on Gearbest also has images suggesting that it might be nice to print out little pictures and things for kids to colour in, so that's nice. I imagine it can also be a bit of fun at events or parties, printing out low-res photos and selfies and stuff. Kinda reminds me of way back in the day with the Game Boy camera and Game Boy printer. It too was a thermal printer, though this one has much better resolution. Out of the box, it comes ready to go. The printer, USB power supply, and a roll of paper. And getting more paper is super easy and inexpensive too. I got nearly 300 metres worth of rolls for 15 Australian dollar-doos at my local office supply store. Probably all the paper I'll ever need for this thing, really. Though it must be said, the ones I got, which are 36.5 metre long rolls with a cardboard core, are slightly too long for this printer, and I had to wind off around about 8 metres to get them to fit in the printer. A bit wasteful, sure, but I suppose you could use the offcut for something. Point is, the printer uses standard thermal rolls, very commonly used in retail receipt printers, so they're cheap and very easy to get. Getting the printer to connect to the app was a bit fiddly. It took a few tries, and the app itself, if you must use to send prints to this thing, it's a bit crappy, really. The UI is not super well designed, and you have to register an account to just even connect your printer in the first place, which I hated having to do. But it's serviceable enough, and once set up, at least I never have to worry about it again. I can just turn on the printer, boot up the app, and print out whatever it is I need to print out in literally just a few moments. Nice and convenient. I like it. Handy, small, unobtrusive, and easy. What is not to like about this thing? About $40 will get you one from Gearbest right now, and in my humble opinion, well worth owning. I like it, and I'm already finding it super useful around the home. Thanks for watching. I'm Blunty, and we'll catch you next time.